Hi, I'm Timothy Mitchell with Mimaki USA. I'm here in Dallas at Reece Supply with my friend Khalid, and we're going to go over the Mimaki UCJV300-160 and why we think, the 10 reasons, why we think it's an exceptional piece of technology, it's a remarkable printer, and why you should seriously consider UV LED. I think we're going to start number one of our 10 list is it's UV LED technology. Because a lot of people, I think, don't know what UV LED is, or they're not familiar with it, or they associate it with early generations of UV ink using a different type of curing lamp, effectively a mercury-based lamp, very hot, a little clumsy, inelegant, had to replace them regular. All of that's in the past because with the LED lamps, you have no heat. I mean, you have heat, but like a hot Dallas summer day heat. It doesn't deform media. It's very durable. And for the most part, the lamps last the life of the printer. So now the lamps aren't a consumable where they have a deterioration life and you're not as curing. In 3 months into your printing, you're not curing in the same way that you did in the past. Mimaki was at the forefront of LED UV development. And I think we've really refined it and then also generated inks that are highly compatible with these particular lamps. And now it's an entire system. You've had some experience, Khalid, I think, working with solvent printers. What were your experiences when you first started using LED UV?
When I used solvent printers for many years and had the same thought process that you just described. And then as I started working with them, I started developing more techniques to using these than I ever could with solvent. Now, solvent always will have its place in this industry,
Sure.
and we do love our solvent printers, but with UV, there is an extra edge to it that I experienced.
Yeah, I think the way I view the LED is it probably, and we'll go over this in the course of our discussion, is I think LED UV has the broadest application capability of any ink technology on the market. Solvent has clear advantages in certain niches. And one of them, for example, is, you know, most of my friends who do very high level vehicle wrapping, I mean, like serious vehicle wrapping guys, right? They tend to prefer the solvent products because of its elasticity, its phenomenal broad color gamut, especially with the 8-color capability of some Mimaki solvent printers, and also just the overall outdoor durability and color pop smoothness of it. But it's a little bit more of a niche of a certain type of vehicle wrap application. Solvent also does very well on PVC-based products like banners. I even use an extended gamut solvent for canvas, which I think looks really beautiful. But I think UV is really given certain capabilities, UV LED, with the introduction of white ink and very effective white ink. I think that its scratch and scuff resistance and durability with no lamination is outstanding. I think its ease of use is outstanding. Are there some other things you can think of that you really like about UV LED technology that I think kind of defines its advantages?
Yes, a lot of the colors, you know, you get very good color output. You can really dial in the colors here. It gives more of an expert level here with UV. Now, of course, there is applications for UV to doing fleet vehicles and things of that nature, which we'll discuss later. But one thing that I really, really focus on is the color output and what you can do with the UV that you can't with solvent.
Right. A thing that I always notice with UV is the immediate curing. So when you're done printing, everything that comes off the printer, you can either laminate right away, or you can cut right away, or you can do nothing whatsoever and just cut it off and install it. So depending on what you're doing, with this large breadth of applications, I think the UV LED is going to give you an immediate direction to go in, and it's going to always, because of that, you're going to have production advantages. Your workflow is just going to be more streamlined. There's less things to go wrong, and you can install or do whatever you want to do in your next step right away. You're done.
And for the end user, someone like me who's going to be using it day in and day out, they will notice a difference.
Wonderful. So thank you very much for some of your informative observations there. I agree with you. I think we're on the same page for the advantages of LED UV technology. And so that's number one is what is the ink, what does it do, and why is this unique ink technology from Mimaki superior to alternatives that have existed in the past that may have been great for the past, but as the future of digital printing, I think UV LED is definitely the direction that Mimaki is pioneering.